The men's final is next. Welcome back. We are all still trying to overcome what we just saw a few minutes ago from Phyllis Mehdi, the all-time longest drive in the history of the women's division. But now it's time for the men's final. Let's send it back to the stage.
What the men's final we got. He is determined to get back to the top, and it's looking real good for the blonde bomber, Tim Burke. Oh, but he's got the kid to beat, ladies and gentlemen, at just 22 years young. The guy with the hair on the seat of those locks is Kyle Berkshire.
That man right there is at 5 total shots today, 4 and then 1. This is a really great, fascinating final, Art, because you got Tim Burke motivated, says, I want to get back to being a world champion. I want people to look at me like the world champion that I am. Then you got Kyle Berkshire, who believes he has what it takes to be the world champion this year as well.
Absolutely, and last year on the tour, Kyle made 4 quarterfinals and was out in 4 quarterfinals. He did have a win there, win star in the tour event, but he's really starting 2019 off with a bang. This is kind of how Burke started out the last 2 sets with some pulls. He has not hit a ball way right, which is his big nemesis, so I don't mind this shot. Again, he's trying to hit a flat shot into the left corner of the grid.
This would be a huge confidence booster for a man who knows how to win, hasn't done it in a while, and looks to be in great form here in the desert.
I still think just making the final, I know he wants to win, but this is big to kick off the year. He wants to go ahead and slam the door shut, though.
All right, so far 0 for 2. And probably the number, Art, that Burke knows to be competitive, it's got to be in that 430 to 440 range.
I think bigger, honestly. Yep. I really do. I think with this, I don't know if they can catch the right spot. I think these guys can go to 465. I really do. I think that might be the winning number if they hit it right.
4th ball for Burke. Will that be in the go zone, as we like to say?
See ya.
And that will stay in just past 430, so there is a posted number. That's the first important thing to do.
Right. He knows how to close the deal. He's a 2-time champion. Again, that only got 40 yards of roll. This one's hit.
Boy, he likes it.
If this hits the ground the way it should, this is a monster shot.
Lands past 400. Look at that.
This is a monster. This is the number I thought it would be right here, 55.
Past 450. 453 is the official number.
Every shot went into that left corner. Good for him. I mean, he's going with his plan. Not a 2-way miss. Staying on plan. That's his longest shot of the day.
The last win of any kind for Tim Burke, the 2017 East Coast Classic.
He left 47 seconds here. Again, he's got 2 shots left. That's plenty of time. It's a matter of just using the ground. His numbers have been there. 214 ball, 145 club. You'll see it on the left side of your screen. Again, another shot in that left corner. Not as solid at 207. But he is really dialed in on where he wants to hit it on the grid. You ask me, how hard is it to point it in an exact spot of the grid? These guys are doing it. The women did as well.
And this is without a doubt the best I've seen Tim Burke swing the club, certainly in the last year. And he likes that one. Look, all kinds of green on his plate. And that one's just going to stay. Wow! Tim Burke!
Oh, I got to see that replay.
We've got to see that replay. It must have stayed on that line for 20 yards. What a first day.
What a par 5.
All right, we got to look at this one more time to make sure it didn't go out of bounds. Remember, it goes out of bounds, it cannot come back in.
I had it carrying at about 425. Let's see if I caught it right. Let's see, how long is this thing in the air?
My goodness. Okay, so now it lands there.
425.
And then
that first bounce went over to 50.
So now it hits the line there, and it's hard to see. Still in. Well, the key bounce we couldn't see because of the gentleman. So
he's called it. He pointed.
If he says it's in, then it's in. All right, it is good.
Wow.
All right. All right, look at the reaction from Tim Burke.
Oh.
What a set from Tim Burke.
12.5 launch, 145 speed.
Boy, he knew it was going to be close, and you literally don't get any better than that. So, here is the scenario. 474 is the number. Kyle Berkshire. And Tim Burke knows he put up a really nice number.
You know what the serious thing is about Kyle right here? He actually thinks he can do this. I mean, he actually says, bring it on, I'll take it. If it's 500, I'm going to try.
All right, first one bounces at 390, kind of checks up.
It sure did. Yeah, we rolled 25 yards right there. Good start. He's swinging good at it.
Last year's winning yardage, by the way, by the eventual champion, Will Hogue, was 421.
Right. Another good one. But down that right side, I cannot see the right side giving up 475 unless it hits, you know, there it is. Just checking down that right side.
You know, my biggest takeaway from today is how much more controlled the men have been.
Yes, look at these numbers. 150 club, 220 ball. So can you hit the left side of that grid? And that's where Burke was just, he says, I'm going to put 8 down that side and take my chances.
It was just a fantastic display of accuracy, power, speed, and let's be honest, a little bit of luck too.
Right? Tripp, what do you think of this?
I tell you, he absolutely knows he can do this.
Yes. Yeah, he's got the numbers. He just needs to use the grid, get the bounce, and I wouldn't be shocked.
Okay, halfway home, Kyle Berkshire so far needs to find 44 yards from his best drive here in the finals.
I think he's got to carry it in that 420 plus range. Got to be down the left side. This is the hardest he's really gone at it all day.
He's got plenty of time. I think he's kind of rushed a little bit, which is part of the reason when you go second. That could be the downside, is the anxiety of knowing that you've got to put one of your best hits on the board.
Good hit here. I'm going to check the spin. Nice draw. See if he can get a big first bounce. No, it checked. Oh, good.
Boy, that didn't go anywhere.
I mean, I can't spin my wedge that much, Coach.
That was a little bit unlucky. So he's going to switch drivers. 2 balls. And Tim Burke, you got to wonder what he's thinking. It's been 2 years since he hoisted a trophy. The 2-time world champ would like nothing more, and he is 1 ball away from calling himself champion here in the desert. Here it is, the final ball for Kyle Berkshire. Can he find 475, or will Tim Burke take home the trophy?
Big shot.
Boy, he likes it.
The numbers are there. He needs the ground. He needs the ground. He got to hop.
420, 440, 450, 460, and it's not gonna be enough. So Tim Burke used his final ball, and he needed it.
Let's go!
Clutch shot there for Berkshire just to give it a chance. Great showing by him today. And what a win for Tim Burke, a relaxed Tim Burke. And there, with his son in his hand, Kelly. That's what I saw yesterday.
Say hi, Mom. Say hi.
I saw Tim really cool and real happy.
He got married in the offseason, said he's had time to work on his strength, his swing, and today it paid off big time.
It's the best I've really seen him swing it, because all the misses were one way. He had one, controlled shot, which was that pull down the left side. We've seen this swing a bunch. Works down and back, great extension, and he knew it when he hit it. He yelled at it. Ball 425 in the air.
Boy, did we see some drama in our finals. Here it is in real speed, and the fact that it was able to stay in was nothing short of remarkable.
There's no question you need luck. You need the ground. You need to stay in. Flew it almost a quarter mile, goodness sakes, and right there on the line, on the line, on the line, on the line.
I mean, that was incredible. And then the last swing for Kyle Berkshire was almost enough. Came up about 7 to 10 yards short.
What every hitter wants to do is give it a great shot on the final ball. Let him measure it. Let's see what happens. And he came up about 10 yards short.
Well, Tim Burke, as the last ball was in the air, all he could do is watch and look, and he knew, I got away with one. I got away with one. All right, Tripp is standing by with our men's champion.
You talk about the hair of your chinny chin chin. That ball right down the line. Now, you said the left side of the grid was your strategy, and you peppered that left side pretty much with every hit.
Yeah, I mean, that's all. The biggest balls are on the left side. I learned that through all the rounds going into it. So I was like, I'm going to attack the left side, period. I'm not going to overswing, golf swing, flight golf shots down one. It'll go for days.
Now, you talk about being in a different perspective in your life. Your son Kelly right here, your wife. Tim Burke seems like a Tim Burke that's ready to climb the mountain again and get back to being world champion.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, I'm motivated again. It's awesome. I got, Crank Golf support me, the best driver on earth. Great sponsors in TransPerfect, Volvic. I'm just super blessed. I'm trying to take advantage of the opportunity.
Tim and Kelly, congratulations. Tim Burke, your champion in 2019.
What a way to start the season for Tim Burke. 474. And one of the cooler things that we're able to do here is trace the different balls and the different shots. And what was an incredible day into the evening here in the desert.
I noticed a lot of traces going left. Not too many going to the right. They knew the side of the grid. They knew they had to flight it, use the ground. But he carried it the furthest. I mean, it was just awesome.
Yeah, we talk about speed and power, but also today strategy played an important role in the victories. All right, here is how the women's division looked. Phyllis Meddy, spectacular.
Absolute clinic. I never saw numbers like this. Over 180 ball speed, 413 yards. Just a dynamic day for hitters in this sport to use the wind and hit these big numbers.
The longest drive in women's history, 413, is now the number to beat. And then on the men's side, Tim Burke had to beat Justin James, Justin Moose, and Kyle Berkshire to get the job done.
Coach, they painted 500 for a reason. We saw that 500 mark. We're like, what's going on? 474. What a shot.